I know you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Eden Research CEO Sean Smith. Sean, good to speak with you this morning. You've announced a new head of global product and marketing as you grow your commercial team. Can you tell us more about Daniel Munoz Garcia?
Yeah, good morning, Stephen, and thanks for the opportunity to speak. Daniel joined us actually literally just a bit more than a week ago from SIPCAM Iberia, which some of you will know is actually our distribution partner in a good number of countries, but in particular, SIPCAM Iberia looks after Spain and Portugal for us. He's joined us with about 10 years of experience working, in fact, with our product Oral, as it's sold in Spain and Netherlands and other territories. So some people may know that name as well.
So obviously he knows the products very well. And you recently announced an expanded contract in Spain.
That's absolutely right. And ironically, and coincidentally, in fact, Daniel was quite involved in that process. So with SIPCAM, Daniel was responsible for product management and marketing in Iberia. And a key part of what his role was in supporting the growth of sometimes what are called biorationals or biopesticide products across the region. A part of what he was doing involved the expansion of the market for Oral, as we call it there, or Mevlan, as it's called in France and other territories. And he was an instrumental part of that in understanding the market, in understanding the need coming from the growers, and then working with his regulatory colleagues in Spain to ensure that that label expansion was allowed by the Spanish authorities.
So how will he take that regional focus, Sean, to more global focus as you expand globally?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a good question because I always find that it's quite important to consider what an individual's personal aspirations are when considering somebody for a role. And with Daniel, he's had very, very good experience in the European market for many years now. And he is personally keen to expand his repertoire and his international exposure, including countries like the United States, Latin America, et cetera. He's got a good set of language skills. He's got good international experience. And for us, this responsibility for product and market management really does have to have a global view at our size at the moment. At the moment, our fully dedicated commercial team is really 3 people. But I have to say that that's a pretty dramatic expansion from one just a couple of months ago. So the team today is global. Their focus is global. They are covering all of the bases from supply chain globally, all the way through to distribution relationships, product marketing, social media. They're covering the gamut. And I've got to say, it's a pleasure to have them all on board because in reality, all of those tasks were spread amongst the executive team just until about a month ago. And it's very nice to have some people in there that are really dedicated to the role, that are experienced in the role, and who are hungry to see the business grow.
Sean, you said the team had expanded from 1 to 3. Could you tell us about the other hire?
Yeah, absolutely. So about a month and a bit ago, Humar Tariq joined us most recently with Syngenta. Humar has an excellent experience in South Asia and also across Europe. He's worked for Syngenta for many years in those regions, in regional, local, and global roles. And Humar is primarily responsible as the commercial lead for growing the business as a whole. So he is much more of a commercial person. In our industry, it's sort of interesting because the commercial people also have to have a good level of technical education. And very few companies do that, provide that sort of experience to their team. Very few do it as well as Syngenta does. I mean, they're very well recognized for their people development skills and their ability to educate teams. So we're benefiting from those investments that they've made, which is fantastic. And of course, Humar's interests are on the growing biopesticide and sustainable chemistry opportunities that are in front of us. So we're very pleased with that. So the two fit side by side, really, on the commercial team. Marketing and product management are handled by Daniel, and commercial growth is handled by Humar, and that works very well. Daniel has a very strong technical background. He has a PhD in agronomy, and Humar is a commercial person with an MBA, a good solid backing, not just in the fundamentals of business, but of course in the intricacies of our business, in particular, getting some really valuable experience with Syngenta.
Well, when you released your 2023 results a few months back, Sean, you did say you would be stepping up commercial activity this year, and it looks like you're pretty much doing that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, you know, what this does is allows some of the rest of the team members to focus more on their core jobs, myself included. I very much enjoy the commercial bits. I'm by nature a commercial person. My entire background is in sales and marketing, apart from having a technical education many years ago. But it's really nice to have resource dedicated to those commercial opportunities and who spend every waking moment thinking about how to grow the business.
Well, Sean, thank you very much for the update today. I hope you'll keep us updated with any other progress.
Great. Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate it.
That's Sean Smith, the CEO of Eden Research.